Okay, sorry, let's go.
Okay, so please feel free to ask your questions and give your input. Thank you. We have Imam Noah Fofana. He's on the line right now. He can go ahead and speak.
Assalamu alaikum, Imam Fofana. Assalamu alaikum, Imam Ismail.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I don't think Imam Fofana is on the line yet. Yeah, inshallah. Okay. Maybe you want to text him to connect himself.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, Imam Ismail.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, I'm on the line. I've been on the line. I could hear you, but maybe you couldn't hear me. So alhamdulillah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You go ahead. We listen.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and guide us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise our faith and make us good believers, inshallah. So you said the topic is running about marriage. So is there specific questions about marriage that someone is asking, or what exactly are we discussing today?
The question is, should women postpone marriage or postpone having children in the marriage until they graduate college?
Okay.
And is there any khairan or sunnah that can back that up?
Okay, alhamdulillah. That's a very good topic. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us good believers, inshallah. So, what I can say about that topic in the first place, inshallah, is that marriage is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it have its rule and regulations just like everything else in the deen. So just like the salah have a shurutus salah and everything, mubtilatus salah, faraidus salat and everything, that's the same thing the marriage is a sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon his creature. So we have to follow the marriage the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to follow, so we be successful with it. So the men have the duty in the marriage and the women have their duty in the marriage. But going straight and answer the question is that the answer of that is we don't supposed to do that in the marriage because we have no permission to do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not allow us to do that in the marriage. So if understanding the question is, can a woman stop having kids in the marriage till she finish her education? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, having a kid and finishing your education is two different things. It's not even on the way of each other. You can still get married and finish your education. You can still get a kid and finish your education. It's two things that's really not stopping each other. So I would say that's something that the person who's trying to do it, that's something that can be his decision. But as far as Islam did not tell us to do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not tell us to do anything like that in the marriage. Okay? So It's so many evidence in the Quran and so many evidence in the Hadith. But my first Quranic verse that I wanted to give, this is basically evidence that show every person who is trying to hold on to the marriage, stop getting married, or after they got married, they don't want to have a kid because they want to finish school or they don't have a this and that, you know. So there is an ayah when the Arab used to bury their kids alive. You know, we all know that story. They used to bury the children alive when it's female. So there is an ayah where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about it. He say, وَلَا تَقْبِسْنَا الرَّحْمَنُ الرَّحِيمُ وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ خَشْيَةَ إِمْلَاقٍ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. And another ayah is the same thing, but Allah is changing the middle area. So he's saying, do not kill your children by fearing poverty, okay, by fearing humiliations and etc. So these kids, we will provide it for them and you. We will provide for these kids and we will provide it for you as well as a parent. And another ayah, Allah saying, نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. We will provide it for you and the children as well. So it comes to both ways. Allah saying, I will provide for the children and you. And then in another ayah, He's saying, I will provide for you and the children. So don't fear anything. This is my job as Allah. So that ayah can help us here in this question that if you trying to stop having kids because you're not going to have a way to take care of the child financially and everything else, if that's the reason, Allah is telling you, don't worry about it. He will provide it for you and your child. So that can be a glad tidings for every parent, for every spouse to know that the provision is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us and give us the good understanding of our deen. There is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said that he encourages Ummah to have a lot of children because he's going to be bossing himself in the day of judgment with his Ummah, with the kids, with the children. So if we try to schedule how many kids we want to have, we're removing ourselves from that hadith. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that. Okay? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned a hadith in the beginning of a marriage. He said, يا معشر الشباب من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج فإنه أحسن للفرج وأغض للبصر. So the purpose of marriage, technically, if we're trying to bring extra stuff, like trying to stop having babies, we're removing the purpose of the marriage in the marriage. So these are not things that Islam recommended for us. Okay? So I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the understanding of our deen and grant us the ability to be able to take care of ourselves and, you know, give us guidance, inshallah. Because so many things is happening in our life that can put us through these issues in our marriage. So that's what I can say so far about that topic. It's not something that Islam is recommending for Muslims to do that. It's just things that people want to do it from their own thinking. You know? So that's all I can say for now.
Okay, Imam Fufana, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yes, inshallah, I can add also, you know, what Imam Ismail just said, because, you know, this is a really, really serious topic. And a lot of Muslims, really want to let their daughters finish the school first before they get married. And, you know, that's a very contrary to Islam. And also that's a contrary to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's decision. So Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in three things that we need to get rush to do it. He said one of them, first thing is when you have a guest come in your house, make sure you rush to serve the guest, either water or food. And also, when you owe someone, rush to pay that person. And the third one is when your daughter reaches age of marriage, rush to get them in marriage. So now, if that comes along with the system that we're in, and the system says that, you have to finish the college first and before getting married, so the age of marriage is there, and then you're not rushing to get to it. It didn't even say when the age of marriage comes, marry them. It's a rush. So, and you're not getting your daughter married, and you want the daughter, go by the system first. Now, right there, it's a contrary to Islam. So your tawheed right there, you have not have, a tawheed in your heart. Like Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if you have a little dot of the tawheed in your heart, Allah will remove you out of hellfire. So right there, your little dot is being moved. Your whole tawheed is being moved from, the way of Allah. Because it's about belief. So you believe as a Muslim that your daughters must finish college first before they get married. That belief is strong, so it's very strong, and you're removing the belief that Prophet Muhammad put over there. So this is a verse in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that's in Surah to Women, Surah 4, Surah to Nisa. And it said in Ayah 65, it says, فَلَا وَرَبِّكَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ حَتَّى يُحَكِّمُوكَ فِي مَا شَجَرَ بَيْنَهُمْ. Allah swear by the Lord of Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Oh Muhammad, I swear by your Lord that they will not going to be a believer until they make you a judge, between the differences, between the confusion." So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, He telling Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam our confusion about this marriage and college, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave a decision already. So, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ثُمَّ لَا تَجِدُوا فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ. And therefore, you should not, ثُمَّ لَا يَجِدُوا. They should not have, a resistance from, within themselves, harajan, mimma qadaita. Mimma qadaita, from your decision. That means they should not have a harajan. They should not have any, oh man, why we got to do that, or something like that. They shouldn't have that, from the decision of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيُسَلِّمُوا تَسْلِيمًا. And then they should be, submit in the best way until the day of judgment, in the best submission. So when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when your daughter reach age of marriage, and we are the Muslim, and we say, well, we got to let our daughter finish college first, before or get graduate, before getting married. Now, we believe, in the system more than we believe what Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. So we cannot be a believer then. Our belief is void over there. So we need to be careful. Well, the challenge is this. When the system of Allah comes, which one we're going to choose first? That's a challenge for the believers. So those who choose, to go by Allah, they're the one, successful people. So those who will choose, to go by the system first and hold on to Allah, because they believe, Allah didn't know any better in His messenger. So therefore, they're seeing the system today is going contrary to Allah's Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's decision. Therefore, they're going to push away Prophet's decision that you're removing your faith right there. So that's why, as a Muslim, we shouldn't compare anything to the decision of Prophet Muhammad after Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam made the decision. So that's, what I say, about, and that's what the Quran says. That's what I confirm, also about the decision of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's my point of view, and that's the point of view also of Islam and the Quran. So if anybody have a question, alhamdulillah. Sister Tafika, okay, you go ahead.
Yes, I thank you for your explanation of the question. My answer was satisfied. I would like to know if anyone else has any questions pertaining to the subject or any other subject. Does anyone have anything that they want to add?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I would like to say something about our listener who now speaking English. Ambadin donc ani paromina bi kabo Michigan wuli ku mene koson amese ko ka an demso garde ko ibaya karana fono kasoro ka furuke donc ani wuli baro abi donc ni ngali ka ke mo fe mi fe donc vraiment et kana igéné ebise ka wuli like numéro la mi 917 331 84 37 917-331-8437. Donc, mes frères auditeurs, aujourd'hui, le sujet d'aujourd'hui venant de Flint, Michigan, is pourquoi gardons-nous nos enfants filles et finir leurs études d'abord avant de faire le mariage. C'est le sujet d'aujourd'hui. Donc, pour tous ceux qui ont vraiment des questions, ils peuvent vraiment appeler à ce numéro ou bien à partir de la ligne directe, vous faites étoile 61 or 917-331-8437. C'est le même numéro qu'on peut faire aussi avec WhatsApp. 917-331-8437 ou bien 212-932-8224. 212-932-8224. Okay, donc I was just trying to tell our listener if they have a question to dial those two numbers. So you have a...
Hello?
Hello, yes.
Yes, you forgot to explain also the last part of the topic is can a woman hold on to have a baby while she's going to school? I think that's important that you explain to them that part. Because some of them don't want to have a child because they want to finish their school first. Is that permissible or not? They might have a question about that as well.
Okay, that woman who already in the marriage, right?
Yeah, she's already in the marriage, but she don't want to have a baby because she's trying to finish her education.
Ok. Donc, ok.
Yes.
Ok. Autant pour moi alors. Je m'excuse. Hein. Donc, le deuxième sujet aussi, c'est les femmes qui sont déjà dans le mariage, s'il faut attendre à avoir des enfants, chose comme on appelle ça, avant la fin de leur étude. Donc maintenant, c'est ce que, c'est la partie là que j'avais oublié. Donc en bas de m'somelu lokoria, pour nous c'est ka nevisi ka chose irolo dinzoro ay bankara na fono ka soro ka dinzoro. Donc c'est la opposition dîner au studio flauka. Donc anya sujet ta oulé bibi. Donc OK, imam Ismaël?
Yes.
Je crois que ça va maintenant, non?
Oui, ça va. C'est ce côté-là que tu avais oublié. Alhamdulillah.
Ok, merci beaucoup alors. Donc, vous pouvez annoncer for anyone who has a question can just, dial *61 and then, the question can be answered by our two imams.
Sure.
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Imam? Donc, comment
Ismail. Ismail. Imam.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. I have something about it, and those who hold the baby, inshallah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salatu wa salam ala man la nabiyya ba'da. It's like I mentioned in the first place, the marriage is based on certain things, certain important things. And those things, if it's not in the marriage loses its value and its benefits. So for that reason, the topic today is very, very important because we actually live in it right now. Especially in America, I really don't know about Africa, but in America, we have so many parents, not even the children, so many parents who's holding their kids for them to finish school first. I know some of them myself, you know. They're holding their kids to finish school, their education first, before they get married. And they're not finding out, is it permissible Islamically? Did Allah say something about that? What is the point of view of Islam about it? What is the Prophet say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, about that? They don't really look at that. All they really care about too much is for their kids to finish their education, most likely if it's female. If it's female, they will hold it, this girl at home, all the way till she finish her education. Okay, and then in during her finishing her education, anything can happen. So, you know, she can end up getting pregnant, and you know, these are not probably you know, majority, but it's out there. You know, some of them might be able to hold on themselves till they finish the school, but is it permissible? Like the Imam Fofana said, you know, in the beginning of his speech, he said that these are the rules and regulations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to respect it. It's very important. So for this to happen in our community is most likely the first mistake is coming from the parents who are giving courage to the kids to be part of this issue. And the second, it sometimes can be the support of the husband or the support of the parent as well, again, when they able to get married and they not having kids till they finish their school. And we all know if you go to school here, you need a long time to finish your school. At least you're looking for a bachelor or a master. So you're looking for years and years and years. And this woman is already passing the age of marriage. That's why the Prophet said, إِلَّا تَفْعَلُوهُ تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرٌ. If you don't avoid this type of mistake, it's going to be a big fitna on earth. It's going to be a big disaster. And that's why we dealing with today, because we did not practice the word of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, the advice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he lived with us. So my advice here to every parent and every spouse is to try our best to live our life as Muslims. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it in the Quran, in I believe in Surah Al-Baqarah, when Allah said, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatihi wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. So Allah say, oh, you believe, fear Allah as it shall be fear, and not accept in a step of submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to submit ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And another ayah, Allah say, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu udkhulu fi silmi kafa. Enter into the faith in totality. Don't try to say, okay, this is good for me, I'm gonna do that today, and this is not good for me, this is not something that's gonna do my thing, so I'm not gonna do that today. You know, that's not a behavior of the believer. The believer, Allah said, إِنَّمَا كَانَ قَوْلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِذَا دُعُوا إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ أَنْ يَقُولُوا سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. You know, so that's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the believer. When the decisions of Allah and His Messenger come, the believer only say, we believe in it and we accept it. So I will advise myself first, and I will advise every brothers and every sisters out there to try our best to follow our deen in the proper way. The way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, let's try to find out the way Allah want it and the way the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam leave it with us. So the last thing that I want to mention about that, we need to know also that everything we're doing is ibadah. Allah did not create us except for worshiping Him. And everything we're doing in our life, we have to do it in a form of ibadah so we can be rewarded, in a form of worship. So we can be rewarded with their actions, whether it's eating or driving or sleeping or getting married and all of that. You can do it in the intentions of ibadah and you will get the reward of it. And once you do it in the intentions of ibadah, you have to follow the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you. In fact, no deed is accepted beside two conditions. You have to do it sincerely for the sake of Allah, and it has to be the way the Prophet ﷺ taught us. So every other innovations and every other different idea that we're going to bring in it, we might be getting in trouble without knowing, but we have to wake up and we have to change these things. So no woman can say, I don't want to get married because I need to finish school. It's not the same thing. No woman can say, I don't want to have a child because I wanted to finish school. It's not stopping you do nothing, period, you know, because you being a wife and, you know, your husband being a husband, that's two different duty that Allah give it to you two, and it's not stopping you two to do anything. And by the way, the life is moving on. Life is going. So if you want to wait when you get 30 to have a children, by the time you finish your 6 years of school, subhanAllah, you know life is not waiting for us, by the way. So may Allah make it easy for all of us. May Allah change our ideas that we have that's not good. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our faith and increase our knowledge. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to follow the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's what I can say so far as advice to give it to myself and to all parents, especially those who have kids that's not married yet, that they're saving the children at home. Please, when the women come to the age of marriage, the Prophet said, give them to the marriage. So all you have to do is to say, Samina wa ta'ana, just give them to marriage. You don't have any provision. You don't have no power to provide nothing. Allah is the one that's providing. All you have to do is to obey Allah and His Messenger, you know. So may Allah make it easy for all of us. That's the advice that I wanted to give so far. Maybe Imam Fofana has more to put it on it. You know, if I say anything wrong, I ask everybody to forgive my short knowledge and my shortcoming, and may Allah forgive all of us, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum. Are you there?
No,
hello?
Fofana.
Hello? Hello, Imam
Yeah.
Fofana? Okay, Imam.
I think he's on mute.
I don't. Okay, hello. Imam Fofana?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. We have some questions here. Mais je voulais poser la question en français pour que la personne sache au moins que ça, voilà, et comme ça, bon, vous allez traduire. Ok. Donc, voilà. Et la première question, c'est comment on appelle une mère qui, voilà, elle dit seulement de dire que c'est une mère. Voilà. Elle dit que, mais la femme, par exemple, qui dit que elle veut attendre qu'elle finisse d'abord les études avant d'avoir les enfants. Hein? Mais cette dame-là, qu'elle prend cette décision-là, mais est-ce que son mari est obligatoire pour accepter cette décision-là? Est-ce que c'est islamique que le mari accepte cette décision? Je ne sais pas si tu comprends la question.
Est-ce que quoi? La partie là, c'est chaud.
Ok. Elle demande par exemple, la femme par exemple qui est déjà mariée, qui est dans un mariage, et elle décide par exemple qu'elle ne veut pas avoir d'enfant tant qu'elle ne finit pas ses études. Ok. Supposons qu'elle demande l'autorisation à son mari. Mais est-ce que le mari islamiquement peut accepter une décision pareille?
Okay. The question of the sister is like, if the sister is already in a marriage and she asking permission from her husband to hold on to, from making a baby until she gets graduated, is that, permissible if the husband accepts it? Is that a question, right?
Yeah. Si islamiquement, vraiment, le mari doit accepter ça, ou bien si islamiquement, c'est vraiment le mari doit être maintenant avec sa femme, quoi. Voilà.
Okay. So Islamically, the husband should not accept that. And he have no right to accept that either. Because from the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, marry you, and the first purpose of marriage is to make a baby. He said, multiply and make a baby for me, day of judgment. I can boast before all the prophets, And also, I can boast that all my followers have sprayed human beings to prostrate before Allah, worship Allah. So therefore, if you wanted to push making a baby, it has to be an excuse that the life of the woman is threatened, yes. But anything other than life threatening, it's like you're committing shirk, because you're taking something better than the way of Allah and His Messenger. So that's even worse. That's something that is very, very bad. Imagine you are a hypocrite in Islam. That's how you be considered as a hypocrite, because you're saying that you're following Allah and His Messenger, but for the interest of dunya, which is shaitanic, and you pushing the way of Allah for the sake of that. So imagine yourself when you say Iyaka na'bud, you say in the Fatiha or your Salat every day, Rabbil Alamina, you are the master, you are the Lord of the world, you are the master, and you say in Iyaka na'bud, I'm the slave. Now the master giving the order as a slave, and you pushing the master's order, and then using your own desire. So now in that part right there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned Prophet Muhammad for such a people that do such a thing. In Surah 25, verse 43. He says, Araita man, if ba'da auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. He said, Araita man ittakhadha ilahahu hawahu. He said, Muhammad, do you see the person that using, his desire as a God? So that means when God's rules come and the person's desire comes, the person push the way of Allah and then use his own desire. And Allah subhanahu continue in that verse. He said, these people, you think they're listening to you or they're using their intelligence? He said, no, they're like an animal. They're even worse than an animal. They even misguide than an animal. This is in the Surah in 25 Quran in verse 43. So you imagine, the way of Allah come in your marriage. You're married already. And the purpose of marriage is to have a baby. So now you're pushing the way of baby, and then for the sake of a gain of this world. So see what you're doing, for yourself. Really, it's not the duty of a Muslim to even go there and propose to each other. So that's why we must search for knowledge, and it takes knowledge to become Muslim, and it takes knowledge to stay Muslim. So we cannot use our passion and our desire and push away, the law, the constitution law of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's why we need to be careful. So you can't do that. You cannot even involve that in your marriage. So that's the answer that I'll give to Imam Javi and Sheikh Javdi.
Okay. Okay. What about Mother Tafika? She's not. I'm just taking question for her.
Okay.
Is she there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I'm just taking the question for you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So
there is another question again.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say it in French, and then one of the imam can translate it in English, just to let the person know that the question was there. Okay. Ok. La deuxième question, on demande, mais une femme mariée qui décide par exemple de ne pas faire d'enfant avant le mariage. Donc vraiment, le frère demande que mais est-ce que islamiquement on peut empêcher la grossesse dans le mariage? Donc c'est sa question. Je ne sais pas si Imam vous avez compris quoi. Imam?
On a compris, mais c'est mal posé.
Ok. Donc attends, je vais revenir encore. La femme, par exemple, Ok. Parce que bon, j'ai pris une note, quoi. Elle demande maintenant là que mais une femme mariée qui a décidé de ne pas faire d'enfant jusqu'à ce qu'elle soit graduée. Mais est-ce que islamiquement il y a un moyen pour le faire?
Okay, Imam Ismail. Yeah, just go ahead and retranslate and then go ahead and answer that, inshallah.
Okay, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Okay, so I think in my understanding, the question is a married woman who decided not to have kids until she graduates. Is it anything permissible Islamically for her to do that? Or is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question, yeah. And also, do that without offending her husband.
Her husband, okay. Okay, alhamdulillah. I really don't have an answer for that particularly, but it's like we already answered that question. But this is what I can say. People have a different issue in their marriage. So as long as it's not emergency, like Imam Fofana mentioned in the beginning, it's not emergency. What is the reason why you don't want to have a baby and you got married and the purpose of marriage is these things, you know? So there is something in Islam that we call darura, emergencies. So the hadith say ad-daruratu tubidul ma'durat. When the emergency comes, there is the regular things will be released upon you. For example, if your life is threatened, that if you get pregnant, you won't be able to have a kid. If you have a kid, you probably will die when you're giving a birth, and the doctor hasn't proven that. So for that reason, you wanted to wait till you fix that condition before having baby. Then these are emergency, and you can imagine the other example that can happen as well. But if it's not no emergency, it's nothing there that can be part of the emergency or, similar conditions, nothing like that. You just don't want to have a kid because you want to finish your education. I really don't think that probably we have to ask the person why you don't want to have a kid. Why? Because you want to finish your education. You're pregnant, you can still go to school. You can still do everything. It has nothing to do with your education. Subhanallah. So I would say I really don't think I can answer that by evidence from the Quran and Hadith. Maybe we can let Imam Fofana answer that, inshallah. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide all of us.
Ameen. Well, alhamdulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Wa salli ala nabiyyina Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, again, Imam Ismail, you already did answer it, but final answer is no. You can't do that. Don't even bring it in the department of marriage. When it comes to the dunya benefit of this world and to stop the sacred law of Allah, you don't do that. The women should suggest it, and if she did, the husband should be aware of the law of Allah to tell the wife, no, let's not put this in our life. Period. That's part of being disbelief. You see. So therefore, you don't do it. You definitely don't do it. If you do it, it's part of disbelief, and that disbelief is worse than anything. It's like a hypocrisy. Because you're not going to hear nowhere in this life there's a factory of making a human being. That's a secret. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said when He gave you a baby, is a mercy that from Him, and that mercy is a tremendous. So you cannot stop that. What kind of mercy of your law you will deny? So alhamdulillah, that's my answer. Don't do it. Imam, Sheikh Jabi?
Okay. So far there is no question here.
So, we can, talk about it this little bit. When we come to human being, like I always say, we need to study ourselves. Self-knowledge is the beginning and end of all knowledge. In this dunya, Islam did not come for material, which is beside human being. Islam came to invest itself in the human beings. So, like Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said in Surah Al-Jumu'ah, like Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, said, quoting, "Ba'ala uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, yusabbihu lillahi ma fi samawati wa ma fil ardi al-malikul quddus al-aziz al-hakim. هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين." You see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Prophet Muhammad on human beings to invest in human beings to take them out of darkness, even though there was before in manifest loss. So to purify them and then teach them the books and the laws. So it's about human being. So therefore, when Allah's laws came, it's about human being. And United States also invest also on human being. So you got to be careful with the system that set by this country, United States. They did not force anybody, but 99.9% is opposite of Islam Constitution. So it's like a challenge between the United States, Constitution and Islam Constitution. And now it's education. So Muslims should be aware or educate themselves in Islam. Otherwise, the education of the United States will take them away from Islam. And while it's not going to be no excuse before Allah that I did not know, you have intellect. So it's very, very important for the rulers, like husbands and wife, to invest themselves in research about the rules and regulations of Islam. So other than that, you'll be surprised day of judgment, you're going to be raised up as a hypocrite. Like I say, when it comes to human beings, there's no challenge between the law of Allah and any other laws. Human beings are very important. So Allah is not making a mistake by saying that, I got to hold on to Allah's law, and then my kids got to go to college first, or my husband, my wife got to hold on from making baby, and she's going to finish the school. So it's like you're controlling your future, and Muslims don't control their future. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the one control future, and we know that. So what if the woman die tomorrow? How many kids, if you do statistics, we're going to find out to see that many, daughters that was hold on to finish the school first, to get graduated, most of them was not successful, and they are Muslim. They finished by ending being pregnant or by marrying somebody that they pick in the street, and they're going through the drama of marriage because their family disobey Islam law. They back up their daughter from, for going, in the street by the law that the men made instead of the law that Allah and His Messenger said. So that's why we Muslims, we have to be careful. It's the right of the Muslim to live among Muslims. Other than that, you're going to live in confusion. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, in Surah Al-Qaf, Surah 50, and Ayah 5, بَلْ كَذَّبُوا بِالْحَقِّ لَمَا جَاءَهُمْ. They denied the truth when it came to them. فَهُمْ فِي أَمْرٍ مَرِيجٍ. So therefore, they live in confusion. So when we leave, the law and regulation of Islam as a Muslim, we're going to live in confusion. So that's why, we need to be careful. When it comes to, our daughter, we love them so much, but we got to go by the law of Allah and His Messenger, because the law does not damage them. It makes them better human beings. But if you follow our passions, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala call us worse than animal. Allah said that animal is better than us. In Surah Al-Furqan and verse 43, He said that in it. So we need to be careful when it comes to our passion of, and the law of Allah. But to do that, we gotta be together. Being together is very, very, very good. If we don't have a community of Islam living among the Muslims, it's going to be hard for us to follow the rules of Allah and His Messenger, because our kids are in the school system that is not, that doesn't go with, the system of Islam. So, alhamdulillah. Imam Ismail? Hello? Imam Ismail? Imam Jabi? Sheikh Jabi?
Can you hear me, Tata?
Yeah, please.
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, I was saying what I can add it on that quickly is that we are going to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the day of judgment and answer everything we do. So this decision that you take, inshallah, just got to be ready to explain to Allah why you did it. Because you choose to do that and you did not see, you did not look, you did not find out if this is permissible with Allah or this is not permissible with Allah. All you was following is your desire. So therefore, in the day of judgment, you're just going to have to be ready to answer those questions to Allah, as the Quran mentioned that. Every single thing we're doing, we're going to be questions. Allah said in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Inna as-sam'a wal-basara wal-fu'ada kullu ulaika kana anhu mas'ula. All of these parts that you have, your hands, your eye, your ear, your mouth, your feet, everything, your body parts, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you questions about that. So if you do something other than what Allah told you because you want to run after dunya, because all it is running after dunya, all it is try to find a better way, whatever we be doing. May Allah guide us and help us. Because when I think about it, it's not no emergency at all. So why would you want to do something like that? It's not under your control, So may Allah guide us, but we all have to remember, you and I, that one day we're going to stand before Allah and we're going to answer every single thing we do. And woe to us if things come out that Allah didn't want us to do that way. Then we can be in trouble. May Allah protect all of us from that. So let's submit ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the best we can, and let's ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala His guidance, and may Allah guide us all together, inshallah. That's that little part that I wanted to add as advice for every parent. Whatever we do, let's find the way of Allah in it. Every single thing we do. What did Allah say about this? What did the Prophet say about this? And may Allah make that easy for all of us, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam. Sister Tafika, you got something to say?
No. I was very satisfied with the answers that I received from both you and Ismail. So I really don't have anything else to add to it, because the Quran and the Hadith both spoke for itself concerning, the question.
Okay. Is Anissa in the phone? On the radio?
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Okay. Did you hear the question, the answer?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. You have anything, to say or to ask that's really concerned?
No, not right now.
Okay. Do any of your sisters have any question?
Dale.
Nice. Okay. All right. Imam Ismail. Okay. I think they have any question, because the question was answered by the Quran and Sunnah. So, alhamdulillah. If they have any other question, then we could be Imam Jabi, Sheikh Jabi.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. So, any other question?
Ok. Il y a une dernière question. Ok. Ça, c'est une mère, elle dit que elle est vraiment satisfaite de tout ce que vous avez dit, mais vraiment, elle voulait poser une question d'abord à vous les imams et en même temps aux auditeurs et ceux qui ont décidé que leurs filles vraiment prennent une décision pareille. Elle demande maintenant est-ce que ces filles, par exemple, là, décident qu'elles ne veulent pas se marier tant qu'elles n'ont pas fini les études, mais est-ce que ces filles-là ont une garantie qu'elles peuvent, c'est-à-dire jusqu'à leur graduation, qu'elles ne peuvent pas forniquer? Donc, vraiment, c'était la question, ça, quoi.
Yeah. Imam Ismail.
What was the question? Can you translate it in English for me?
The Sheikh said that, is there any guarantee for the girls that says to their parents that they want to be graduate first before being married?
Okay, they want to graduate first before they marry. If there's any guarantee, like what? Like I don't understand the question.
Have any relationship? I mean.
Okay. If they guarantee that they're not going to have any relationship until they get finished their education and stuff. Is that the question? Okay. Okay. Okay, alhamdulillah. Wa salatu wassalam ala rasulillah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. So the issue is not about having a relationship before the marriage or, after the marriage. That's not the issue. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, right here. I'm sorry.
You want him to take back to give back the question?
No. I was saying that that's not the issue concerning. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Voilà, mais est-ce que ces filles-là vont pas avoir commettre adultère pendant tout ce temps-là, avant la fin des études?
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah. I think I understand better the question now. So, directly, that's the reason why Islam is telling us to do it before all these times, because when you get at that age, you have to do it. That's why the Prophet ﷺ recommend us. And this is especially for the young generation, the hadith, by the way. So the Prophet ﷺ say specifically about the young generation, he say, Ya ma'shar al-shabab. See, the call is sending especially to the young generation. He said, Man istata'a minkum al-ba'ata falyatazawwaj. Whoever can afford the marriage physically, financially, sexually, get married, and the reason why is what فَإِنَّهُ أَحْسَنُ لِلْفَرْجِ is better for your private part, so you will not fornicate. So you telling me you want to finish school, you 20 years old, you want to finish school in 6 years, by the time you're 26 or 29 and you will be able to hold on to yourself all that time, probably it is possible, but not majority. So to avoid the fitna on earth, that's why the Prophet say, "Illa taf'aluhu." If you don't get married and you're trying to hold on to yourself, takun fitnatun wa fasadun kabir. It's gonna be a fitna and a big disaster on earth, because you're gonna end up fornicating, and we know many cases like that. That's why most of our sisters, when they go into college, their parents don't want them to be living in the college. To be staying there, because there's so many things going on over there, So you might end up having boyfriend, you might end up getting pregnant and stuff like that. It's not guaranteed at all. And if you are married, you go to school, you come back to your husband, so you're not sinning, you're not doing anything. So the answer is yes, they will get pregnant, or they will be able to face some type of hardship in that department as far as looking as a man or trying to have a boyfriend or all that stuff. People's faith are different. So my answer is yes, they will be facing that hardship in the waiting time, you know. And for not being personal too much, I can give my own example as evidence to everyone, you know. So I'm gonna make the story very, very short. My wife, she in that department, she's a student when I went after her and everything, but the father didn't say, okay, we're gonna wait first till she finished school. The father did not say that, you know. When we started the marriage issue, that we went through everything and we got married, but it did not stop her from going to school at all. And then while she was going to school, we have our first child when she was going to college. And then she took only 40 weeks or whatever, and she was taking online class at the same time while she's at home and everything. It didn't stop her school at all. So lastly, where I'm talking to you right now, my wife, she's a graduate as a master's degree in college, and she's only 23. So marriage did not stop her to do anything. Having kids did not stop her to do anything. She's living her marriage. She's living good. Nothing is happening. She's having kids. Actually, right now, she's working as a social work in one of the big schools. She's making all the money and stuff, you know, just not to be personal. So briefly, I just want to say that it doesn't stop it, period. It's not something that you should do. Allah did not recommend it. Prophet didn't recommend it. So let's not do it, and it doesn't stop anything. You know, I just wanted to answer that way so we can be clarify the topic that, you know, it's not permissible and it's not harming your life. It's not doing anything like that. So let's not do it. And may Allah make it easy for all of us, inshallah.
Well, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Imam Jabi, Sheikh Jabi.
Naam.
Yeah, like Imam Ismail said, there is something, you know, in the Quran, he always quote that verse, which is Surah Al-Anfal in verse 73. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَأَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. He said the disbelievers, they're backing each other's up. إِلَّا تَفْعَلُوهُ unless, you know, you believers, you do the same thing to back each other's up. Otherwise, تَكُنْ فِتْنَةٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَفَسَادٌ كَبِيرًا. And it's going to be big disaster on the earth and a lot of sin, you know, on the earth also. A big fitna on the earth. So this is what's happening right now. The Muslims should back each other up in the constitution of Islam. Otherwise, it's going to be fitna on the earth. So while in today's Muslims, they're backing up the system that was set by other than Muslims. And they're trying to fit the Islam inside that. It don't work like that. It's not going to work. And the children also, they shouldn't even have nothing to say so when it comes to the decision of Allah. The parents, the one is in charge of them. Because you mold your child, you raise your child, and then, you know, how, your child going to impose on you her desire, that's your failure. So day of judgment, you're responsible for failing to raise your child as a proper Muslim. So therefore, your child should believe you and know what you're saying is true. Then, you know, all this, you know, misunderstanding would not going to come. Because when the father said it's time for you to get married, like Imam Ismail said, you know, the parents raise their daughters in proper way. While she's in school, she never, object what, the father, the parents said. She went here to obey them, and alhamdulillah, today Allah look out for her. So that's the way Islam is. So we must control our children, because what we're imposing them is not something that goes against them. It's something that's beneficial for them. So if we know that, we need to insist it. We need to be a dictator to impose the benefit of our children to them. So it's nothing wrong with that, by saving somebody by any means. Other than that, too much compassion. When the system gets your kids, they're going to lock them up, and they won't have no mercy. They will be very severe by making your kids disappear from you. So therefore, you should be, on severe also, by having your kids for you, for the benefit of your kids also. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. The disbeliever backing each other's up. إِلَّا تَفْعَلُوهُ. And then, except we do the same thing to back each other's up. So otherwise it's going to be fitna on the earth. So the children belong to the family don't belong to children. So don't come with the children's excuse to remove Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's law. So that's what I can tell the sister. And alhamdulillah, Sheikh, Jabi,
no.
That's the answer that I gave to the sister. May Allah guide us. Amen.
So are there any more questions or comments to add to the questions of the day?
Well, I don't know.
There is no question here.
Okay, Imam Ismail, I think you got to finalize it, and inshallah.
No
if you got something to Tafika, you're the one in control, so.
Okay, we can go ahead. If we don't have any more questions or comments, we can go ahead and one of the imams can close out, and then after that, we'll do our closing the radio.
Okay, Imam Ismail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah, I just want to close it by saying that marriage is a sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it have its rule and regulation, like I said in the beginning. So all we have to do is to follow the rules and regulations of the marriage. Just like Allah teaches us everything in the Quran, in the tongues of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have to follow that concerning the marriage. We're having so many issues in our marriage today because we are not following marriage Islamically. What Islam recommended for us as a husband, let's all try our best to do that. What Islam recommends for us as a wife, let's all try to do our best in that, and the marriage will stay successful. Allah says subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ أَنْ خَلَقَ لَكُم مِّنْ أَنفُسِكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. That from the sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created from yourself a maid, so you can be together, وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. He put mercy and deep love between you two. So if we follow these ayat and be merciful to each other and love one another and follow the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the marriage, we will not be in too much trouble. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us. And lastly, let's make our goals, our ultimate goal, to get Jannatul Firdaus al-A'la with the Prophet and the companions. Let's not focus too much and try to get too comfortable in this dunya and whatever in here. It's just few minutes that we're going to be here, but وَالْآخِرَةُ khairan wa abka. The hereafter is best and it's going to be forever. So that's supposed to be our goal. So as long that's our goal, these type of things will not never come in our mind. Oh, let me wait to finish school first. Who told you have that time? Who told you have 4 years, then you finish school and you're going to have kids? No. Once you marry, immediately just follow it. لَا تُؤَخِّرْ أَمَلَكَ الْيَوْمَ إِلَى غَدٍ. Whatever your duty is today, don't delay that to tomorrow. So when you finish school, now what? Nothing. Now you want to have a kids for what? No, you just waste all that time. Probably your child will be 4 years, 5 years, and all of that. Maybe you're going to live only 20 years on earth. You don't know. So don't delay these things because you want to do something, that's not even too beneficial. So may Allah guide all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise our faith. May Allah give us the true faith to all of us. May Allah make us good believers. May Allah give us beneficial knowledge and grant us the ability to be able to listen the word of Allah and to hear it. May Allah remove arrogancy in our heart. May Allah remove bitterness in our heart. May Allah remove the shaitan away from us. May Allah remove us away from the shaitan. May Allah guide our children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us as well وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. صل سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. والأسر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Okay, we would like to thank Imam Noah Fufana and Ismail Torre for their beautiful answers to our questions. And we pray Allah that He reward both of you. And we would also like to thank our audience for listening today. And we pray that you all have a blessed day and that we will see you next week with a new question. Ameen.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.